and workmanship because they are happy only if the clients are happy. That's why they're always the best when you compare quality and price. Red Mountain Bags, designed and manufactured by proudly South Africans for South Africans in South Africa.
It's time for Nico Kleynhans, exclusively on Breakfast with Friends.
Yeah, and that's what we do on a Tuesday morning. As we say, a very warm welcome to Mr. Nico Kleynhans. He is a financial advisor. He is a certified financial advisor as well as a registered trainer in terms of the financial industry. But this morning, talking about secrets. Nico, thank you so much for your time, sir, and being willing to chat about secrets and how harmful they can be.
Thank you. Secrets is not a normal theme for a financial planner, but they actually are related. And the problem that I have is that when we start keeping secrets from our partners, it's usually because we don't know how to fix, we don't know how to share, and we're afraid. But if you keep your secret long enough, it's going to bite you. Early on in my career, a couple came to see me. She had fallen in love and she had decided to marry him. But she was going to have to marry him in secret because she was a Christian and he was Muslim. And she knew that their families would never, ever work together. So she broke with her family, kept her faith, but it didn't work out very well. And by the time the children were older and they needed to start drawing up a will and they needed to start talking about some very serious things, I said, we've got a problem here because you're never going to be able to be buried next to your husband. Do you realize that? You never abandoned the Christian faith, and he is Muslim. And if he dies, you can't inherit. Because if he dies, it's got to go to your son, and your son has to look after you. Isn't it time that you started facing what the situation is and trying to find answers? And that was a very painful exercise for them because she wanted to return to her faith and now she had some serious problems on her hands. Couple number 2 also had secrets. They came to me after he made a bad investment and lost a fortune of their money. Now, during our consultation, I realized he was lying. But you can't say that in front of the wife, so you arrange a special interview with him and you say, okay, now let's hear the truth. What happened? You didn't make a bad investment, did you? And he said, no, I got into trouble with my drug lord and I had to draw all of our money to pay the drug lord. Now, in a case like that, he has a real difficult chance because he's not going to cure his drug habit. He's going to do it again. And by the time he stops doing it, it'll be when the family is destroyed. And so for him, the secret was to face reality. He's addicted to drugs. He needs help. And unless he gets help for his drugs, financial planning is not even going to work at all. How do you plan when you keep smoking and swallowing all of the money of your family? Couple number 3 had been married for 50 years. Now, that's a great story, except the boss of that relationship didn't have a very good understanding of finances, and the other person did have a good understanding of finances. And so there we had to have a come to Jesus meeting. And we had to say, you've got different gifts. This is what you're bringing. This is what your partner's bringing. But do you realize that your partner has a better understanding of finances? And maybe that portfolio should be passed on. Now that was a success story because he loved her enough to say, okay, you take charge of finances. She was smart, savvy. She was able to put it together, and she pulled everything off. Now, let's admit, secrets can damage a marriage. It can destroy the foundation of trust. It can create emotional distance, and it can create a toxic suspicion, which then becomes the norm. Hiding information from your spouse is never, ever the answer. If you need help, speak with somebody. Get help, get the tools to create a toxic-free environment. Trust is a very fragile gift. Don't waste it, folks. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Nico. Really, really appreciate your time. Thank you for speaking so clearly and directly. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a journey, but we have to start somewhere. So yes, come on, let's do this, and let's be those who live in a space of being honest with ourselves and being honest with our spouse.